Yo, what's good, y'all? Alright. I was in my alone time with God earlier. Like, I was just praying. And it was in my prayer class. And God just gave me this, like, revelation. Right? Like I'm in my prayer. This is my prayer class, by the way. In my prayer closet and my actual closet where I hold myself is the same thing. So, anyway, that's my prayer closet. And that's where God dwells. It's my tabernacle. It's my tabernacle. But anyway, so I'm in there. And I actually had something else prepared for today. Like, it was in my notes, and that's probably gonna be for the next video. But I'm in the prayer closet, and I just got this revelation, right? And it was just so good. Like, I just had to come and share it with you. And I know it's from God because it was on the topic. The example I'm about to use is on the topic that I am not familiar with. Like, I don't know nothing about this. But let me continue. So anyway. So the example I want to use is, so I'm not sure if any of you guys are into like gardening or agriculture or like farming, like that whole thing, but I'm not. I don't know nothing about nothing. But what I do know is plants need water and sun to grow and prosper, right? Trees, plants, all that stuff, it needs water and sun, all that stuff. That's all I know. Good soil, water, sun, plow, and it should grow. That's all I know. Like nutrients and putting good soil and fertilizer and all that stuff that people use, way over my head, but I don't know nothing about that. But as I'm in my prayer class, I just had this this revelation. So let me ask you this. So let's say, hypothetically speaking, I'm gonna ask you, let's say hypothetically you had an apple tree or orange tree or a kumquat tree or lemon tree, whatever fruit, right? Whatever tree that is, right? Now imagine you have this tree and it produces these fruit of whatever choice. Now, if you were to collect fruit from this tree, right, and you wanted to keep producing fruit from this tree, you wanted it to do well, you want this tree to keep growing and to keep giving you these fruit, right? You wouldn't really focus your time so much on the fruit, right? So like imagine me. So if it's produced me all this fruit, it's gonna make sense, so stay with me. If I'm a farmer, I'm not gonna spend all my time, like, if I have an apple tree, dusting off the apples and keeping the apples shiny, cutting the leaves of the apples and what else? Polishing the apples and making sure birds and worms and all this stuff stay off the apples and really putting all this attention on the apples, right? I'm not gonna do that, right? That wouldn't make more sense. If I really want, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I really want to, create more apples, if I want to have more apples and the apples to reproduce, I'm not going to solely focus on the apples. I'm going to appreciate the apples. I'm going to be grateful for the apples. But my effort, my energy, my first priority is not the apple. That makes sense? My first priority is not the apple. So it's not like how pretty apple looks or how pretty apple looks or make sure things stay off this apple, or I got to worry about like, all right, like know how to take my apples, make sure like I got the best looking apples, I got the biggest apples, the shiniest apples, or ooh, I'm gonna squirt some water on them, I'm gonna shine all these apples and make sure they look so good. I gotta have the best looking apples, or just all my effort and priority is not gonna go into apples. No, but if I really want apples, right? If I really want to get apples, I'm not even gonna worry about the rest of the branch that's producing these apples, right? I'm gonna focus on the tree. I forget the apples, right? The apples are great, but I need that. But if I really want the apples, I must have the tree is really what's important, right? Because the tree is what provides this apples, right? Because no good, like even the Bible says, there's no good apple, and I'm gonna use this different, but no good tree produces bad fruit, and no bad tree produces good fruit, right? So if I really want good fruits, right, I'm gonna focus, right? If I really want to produce more fruit and good fruit, I'm gonna focus on the tree itself, right? So I make sure that I fertilize this tree, I nurture this tree, I water the tree, I make sure this tree gets sunlight. I'm taking care of the soil, make sure the soil, like my effort is going into the tree. Make sure the tree's foundation is good. I'm talking about this is my first priority, because if I want good fruit, my first priority would need to be this, right? Because without this ain't happening, right? Because these fruit can't produce a tree, but this tree can produce plenty fruit. So I need, my first priority is this tree. And to not even worry about the fruit, right? But to just focus on all, my first priority is this tree. And that's what I wanted to tell you guys, right? With us, God is that tree, and our blessings and favors and career promotions and new opportunities and walking in your calling and your dream job and marriage and health and happiness, all of that, right? Or just things on earth, like whatever our desires are the fruit, and God is that source, right? God is that source. God is that tree, and like things, blessings, good things like happiness, peace is the fruit of that, right? Not having anxiety, not depression, not stressing, like that. These are fruits from the tree itself. And what I'm saying is we put more time into we make the fruit our first priority. We put more time and effort in tending to the fruit rather than the tree itself, right? And we expect the fruit is going to give us, like the fruit is going to know. The fruit is what is our source. No, the tree's our source. And our first priority is need to worry about this tree, because if this is not our first priority, right? If we don't tend to this tree, then like all this gonna go, all this don't matter. None of these fruits don't matter, because like we can't do nothing to make this, or we can't do nothing to make, there's nothing we could do to make the fruit grow. There's nothing we can do to make the fruit grow. The tree is in control of what make the fruit grow. So what we need to do is just nurture our relationship, nurturing the tree, taking care of that first, making that the first priority. Because without this isn't happening. And we get so caught up in, we make like our careers, right? I'm guilty of it too. Like the things in my life, I put so much other things before God. Like it's crazy, right? Like I worry about, okay, all right, my job, my relationship, the other YouTubes. I'll find more time. I mean, I say I put it first, but I'm not intentionally doing it, but I'm unintentionally doing it. Like relationships, friendships, all these other things I want to go to, have fun with my friends, buy this, like all these things that my goals. Spend more time in concern of that, right? Like all these fruits, right? Or the things that God did bless me with, right? Like my relationship, God did bless me with. Like all the things that He blesses us with, or even the YouTube channel, all things that He blesses us with. And like I be like so worried about like nurturing that and make sure that's good and all that. But I forgot all about the tree that provided me this fruit. Does that make sense? And like we do that all the time, and like that doesn't make sense. And like when the fruit goes bad, right, or when lack of fruit, you know what we like to do? We get mad at the tree, right? We like to get mad at the tree. We blame the tree. We wonder what's going. We run back to the tree. We do all these other things, right? But in all actuality, if we just stay and nurture the tree, because in all actuality, we don't control we don't control the fruit. We don't know when this fruit gonna come, right? When I mean from some other blessings or favor, anything. We don't control that. We have no control of the outcome of when it's gonna come, how many we're gonna come, if it's gonna come, how we like it, which fruit grow. All we know is like we need to just be focused on the tree, because our responsibility is taking care of the tree. I mean taking care of the tree, right? Is bettering our relationship with God, keeping our relationship with God, not coming to God, not growing to because this is what a lot of us do. We focus on our relationship we work on the tree, right? We work on our relationship with God, and when it's time to reap a harvest for that, right? Because we're His children, because we're all undeserving of it. But we work on the tree, we work on it, we work on this, and we build our relationship with God, and He rewards us with fruit, right? He rewards us with blessings, and then we pick, so we pick off the tree, and then we forget about God. So I just want to encourage y'all, don't worry about the fruits. Don't worry about all the things in the life. No, worry about the tree and stay invested and devoted to the tree. I love y'all. I'm signing out.